Hi, and welcome to our second video in our tutorial series for the 2020 Good Giving Challenge. I'm Lauren Parsons, Director of Strategic Initiatives and Communications at Bluegrass Community Foundation, and I am your staff liaison and the lucky member of our team who gets to manage the Good Giving Challenge. And for this video, I'm just going to be sharing a few tips for success, how to make your 2020 Good Giving Challenge campaign the best it can be. Something to remember about your success for the Good Giving Challenge is what you get out equals what you put in. So it will take a little bit of work, but I will tell you the nonprofits who have the greatest success in the Good Giving Challenge put a lot of really thoughtful, hard work into their fundraising. So here are some ways that you can get even more out of your Good Giving Challenge campaign this year. We're going to go through some steps for success. The first is set a goal, whether it's number of donors, maybe you want to reach new donors, maybe you want to reinforce relationships with existing donors. That would just be something particular to your organization. Your goal can be money raised during the event, or maybe you want to secure a certain prize that we offer or a certain match that we offer, or maybe you're offering your own match to your donors. It just helps to set a goal. Then you can keep your eye on the prize and work towards accomplishing that goal. The second step for success, offer a match challenge. You could have your board members maybe put up their own match challenges. That would be in addition to any matches that BGCF offers. Maybe your board members want to put up $500. They can create their own fundraising page. Or maybe you have a big donor who would want to maximize the impact of a gift they might already be making, and they can offer it up during the challenge to get a little more exposure for their gift and parlay that into even more donations during the challenge. The third step for success is get creative. Don't feel like you have to follow a certain playbook. We definitely provide you with excellent tips, tricks, toolkits. I mean, we sent out last week 3 really great playbooks for you, but don't feel limited to those tips or even what you've done in years past, especially this year while everything is online versus in person. It's definitely a great time to get creative and think outside the box. And the fourth tip, don't be afraid to tell your story. There are 126 different organizations in the Good Giving Challenge this year, and that means 126 different stories to tell. Each one of you, while you may serve similar areas and needs, the way you do it is a little bit different. And I think that is really important. I think donors recognize that, and they want to hear what you do and how you do it and how it makes an impact in our community. Also, tap into your networks. And we're not talking about just donors, we're talking about board members, staff, former staff, your friends, your family, anybody who likes you on social media. There are all these different networks that you can tap into, and each one of those maybe takes a different approach. So just think those through and map that out and how you will reach out to all those different networks. And don't forget, maybe most importantly, know your donors. We'll go into this more later on in the presentation, but this is a really great opportunity for you to take a good look at your previous year's donors and get to know them. Really take a good look at that data and think about how you can use it to make the most out of your campaign this year. And then once you know those donors, personalize the ask to them. Not just personalize it for your organization, but personalize it to their interests, to their giving levels, maybe the timing of their gifts. It's a great time to get to know them and reach out to them personally. And finally, start early. Thursday, October 1st, that's this week. That's 2 months out from the start of the Good Giving Challenge, which is on December 1st. So it's the time, the time is now to get started on preparing your campaign. All right, so going into some more tangible tips, log into bggives.org and take a look at your organization's profile. You want to make sure that is as complete as you can get it. That includes including testimonials, different donation levels. Explain what $50 can accomplish or $100 can accomplish. Really put that into concrete, tangible terms for the donor so they can see. It might even bump up a gift. If somebody came on and they were going to donate 50, but they see that at the $100 level, their gift could have some impact, they might be motivated to donate in a higher amount. So I would include those donation levels for, um, you know, and don't stop low. Go as high as you think you can maybe get a donor. Take a look at your past year's donor data and say, hey, could I get a $1,000 gift, a $5,000 gift, and include what that amount could do for your organization. Be sure to make it multimedia, add photos, add videos, and link to your website and social media pages from your profile. Be sure to help donors find you. One thing you can do is at bggives.org, you can create a custom URL for your organization. So like if Bluegrass Community Foundation had a page, we might make it say bggives.org/bgcfky to match all of our social media channels, and create something that's consistent, that makes sense for your organization, and then use it everywhere. Include it on your social media pages, in your email marketing, in your flyers. Make it easy for donors to find you. Another feature that CivicCorps added this year is the keyword search. So put yourself in the mind of a donor, and what are they searching for? Is it animals? Is it kids? Is it education? Is it, advocacy? What are they looking for? And use those keywords, put those in that section. So if they're searching for an organization that accomplishes what they would love to see and make a donation towards, put those phrases in that keyword section. As far as donor engagement, you need to know who your current donors are. What's your retention rate? What's your average gift size? How do you define a major gift? What are your giving tiers? Do you know your top 50 donors, by gift size? Do you know your top 50 donors who, give every year, year after year? So this is, again, a great time to get in and really dig into that data and see who your donors are and try to understand their motivations for giving. What will move them across the marker this year to get them to give a gift to you during the Good Giving Challenge? And this is especially important for just challenge-specific donors. You can go into your profile and download a history of your transactions from last year. And, you can make sure that you're still communicating with them and add them to your email list, invite them to like you on social media. I think now is a great time to reach out to them, remind them that they gave last year, explain, the impact that their gifts have had for you over the last year. And then, this year, show them how to maximize their gift. We don't have all the match dollars finalized yet. We are waiting on confirmation from one big donor. If that one comes in, we'll have about $600,000 in matching challenges this year. So once we get that finalized for you, we will share that information, share, more handouts, PowerPoints, another video tutorial. But once we get those matches lined up for you, you can sort of compare those giving levels to the data from last year and say, wow, who here could I line up to give a big gift on this day or a little gift this day if their budgets are still the same? So that'd be a really great way for you to maximize those challenge opportunities. And then think about new challenge donors. We have found that, I think the stat is like a quarter of donors during the Good Giving Challenge are giving to a nonprofit for the first time. So the chances are that will include a donor to your organization. And think about what you hope to get out of the challenge. It's not just money, it's also relationships. So just think about how a Good Giving Challenge gift is not an end, it's a beginning. One, you should be sure to thank all donors, but create a stewardship plan for those new donors. Think about how you are going to continue to communicate with them throughout the year and engage them so that they come back and give again next year. Digital marketing. It is time to plan out, if you haven't already, your email strategy for the challenge. Again, there will be daily matching opportunities, and those might dictate your email strategy, but you're going to start wanting to send very frequent emails about the challenge, definitely starting in November, maybe do a little bit of a teaser in October. It's a great time to fortify your existing contact list, take a look at who you're sending emails to, and think about, are those donors from previous year's challenges included in that list? If not, add them. Think about other key donors you've had throughout the year. Be sure to add a save the date to emails and newsletters, and share that bggives.org profile URL that we talked about earlier. On social media marketing, now is the time to start planning your social media approach. Create a content calendar. Think about the stories you'll tell, the images that you'll share, and who will handle all these posts and monitoring different hashtags and traction that your posts are getting. You definitely want to increase posting during this time and engagement. Be sure to thank people for sharing things. The more you share things, the more your fans share things, the higher engagement you'll get on your posts. And that just means that more people will be seeing what you're putting out there. So this is a great advertising strategy for you that at a low cost. Don't forget to find your own influencers. That could be getting your board on board. That could be your biggest fans, your biggest donors. Share your social media account links and email, newsletter, website, and print materials. And this is a great time to try targeted ads to find new donors, increase your social media audience. Some tools that you can use to help you create social media posts and analyze your social media activity. Canva is one that I love. It is it's free and it's online. It is a way for you to create images for social media. They know the sizes for all outlets. They know if you want to create an image for like a Facebook post, they know the dimensions of it. They know the dimensions of an Instagram ad. You can create videos. So it's just a great way to add little clip art and effects to your photos. You can share them directly on social media from your Canva account too, which is really, really convenient. Adobe Creative Cloud, that's another way for you to create images for social media, also like flyers and email messaging. It is, I believe, not free, but fairly inexpensive. Buffer is a free tool that I use to schedule my social media posts. I'm a visual person and it puts it in like a calendar format so I can see the posts that I have scheduled daily. It really helps me get things organized. And then it's really fun. You can do sort of like a brain dump on your social media activity and go ahead and get all that scheduled. So you're not scrambling to do it every morning. You can kind of do it all at once. Maybe set an afternoon aside and start brainstorming social media posts and get it all done at once. Be sure to look at your analytics to see what posts do better than others. I've found anything with an image, especially that has people in it, anything with a video usually performs better than just text. And don't forget to use your hashtags like hashtag GoodGiving Challenge, hashtag BGGives to connect your posts with the greater community posting about the challenge during that time. So we're excited again to offer fundraisers. In the past, they've been called different things like ambassador pages, but now Civic Corps is calling them fundraisers. So this is basically where your donors or your fans, your board members, create a custom web page with their own personal appeal. And all funds that they raise through their personal page will go towards your total and will be included in your matches. So I know, for example, there's one participant in the GoodGiving Challenge. It's a school, and maybe they have all their employees create fundraiser pages for their classroom. They have parents create fundraiser pages for their classrooms for different projects around the school. It's a really easy way, like those donation levels. It's another way to make it a little more visual. Like you could say, hey, we're trying to build a new sandbox. It'll cost $1,000 to do. Help us raise that money to build that sandbox. And then people can see how many donations have been made towards that project. So just another way to make the campaigning a little more visual, a little more illustrative of how much they still need to give to get the things done that you want to accomplish. And don't forget, I will do another video about how to create and that you can share with your donors, how to create fundraisers. But you'll also need to keep track in your account. You will probably get a notification that somebody has created a fundraising page for your organization, and you're going to want to approve those campaigns to make sure that they show up on your main page. Before the challenge, what can you do right now? Well, you can start by exciting and empowering your employees, your board, and your regular donors. If you have board meetings come up, share with your board members that board member marketing toolkit. We gave you a toolkit PDF. It's about, 10 pages. It has a lot of great information for how to get your board members on board. It includes templates for letters, for emails, for social media posts. They should be like leading the charge on your GoodGiving Challenge campaign. Ask your board to commit to donating and fundraising for you. A lot of boards have to commit to fundraising a certain amount throughout the year. make them do that through a fundraiser. And then that just creates a much more visible way for them to make that gift to you. And be sure you can capture donor messages about why they give and share them before and during the challenge. You can share those on social media. You can also create little videos sharing the mission and the work of your organization to help illustrate that to the public. And similarly, telling your story. This is a great way you can do this on your profile on bggives.org. You can do this on your social media page and your emails. Be sure to share what you do. Who do you serve? Why do you need the help of donors right now? Why are you worthy of their donations? How could your impact grow with their support? And I think an important one this year is a lot of you have had to shift your work this year in light of COVID-19, and we're not doing things in person. Maybe your programming needs to be moved online. Share with people right now how you're still working towards your mission, how you're still accomplishing your mission, but maybe how you've had to alter how you get there, and why their donation is more important than ever to help you do that. It's not something that you planned for, right, when you were planning the budget for this year. So have you had to shift? Have you had to pivot? And how could their donation help you continue to do that work? And most of all, be authentic. Again, there are 126 different organizations in the challenge this year, and you will all do this in a different way. And I think that's incredible. That just shows the diversity and the different needs and the different services that we have to offer. But you need to make sure that when you are promoting your organization, you're doing it in a way that feels like your organization. People crave authenticity right now. I think social media and Photoshop and things make it pretty transparent when people are being fake, when organizations are being fake. Don't use stock photos. Use real photos of the people who you impact. And I think that will go a long way with your donors. After the challenge, be sure to thank your donors. They do receive an email tax receipt from BGCF, but you should be thanking them as well. Capture their information and make a plan for stewardship to keep them engaged with your organization and make them a repeat donor. Just some notes on fundraising in a pandemic. I know you all have been doing this pretty much all year, but just some things to remember. We're all in this together. Your services are vital, probably more so now than ever. And even though in-person events are canceled, people are still engaged online, and they're still looking for good news and ways to connect. I've heard a shift in, the phrase isn't social distancing anymore, it's physical distancing, because we still want to be socially connected. We don't want to be socially distant. The need is great, and donors are rising to the occasion. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, but one thing is for sure, that donors recognize the need for nonprofits, and they are giving, and they are helping them accomplish their mission. Again, leaning back on those donation levels, use those to articulate need. Lean on fundraising pages. Encourage your board to create fundraising pages and use their gift as a match, and explain how your services have pivoted and why your services are needed right now. Just a few key takeaways. Again, the key is not physical distancing. It's physical distancing, not social distancing. Donors are ready to give and waiting to hear how they can help. Make it easy for them. Increase your online presence and social media know-how. Focus on building relationships and be you. And don't forget, you can connect with us. The giving website is bggives.org. You can always use Civic Corps support if it's a technical issue, like if you're having trouble uploading a photo or editing something on your profile. That blue Civic Corps help button can help. You can always email me, Lauren@bgcf.org, Caton@bgcf.org, and then info@bgcf.org. We monitor that, but you're not going to get an immediate result. I check that about once a day. But be sure to add all those email addresses to your contacts so that you will get our MailChimp emails. This video and all of those toolkits are uploaded into our Google Drive. Last week we sent a board member toolkit, a checklist for updating your profile, a nonprofit marketing toolkit, and a strategy builder. Those are really great resources. I didn't want to do a PowerPoint today where I was just reading through those, because you can read those on your own. So be sure to download those, print those out, take a look at them. They are just really great resources for you. Don't forget to follow us on social media @BGCFKY. And then again, if you're posting about the challenge, use those hashtags, GoodGiving Challenge and BG Gives. We will be posting a lot about the challenge in the next couple months. Our deal is we promote the challenge and you promote yourselves, but we will be hyping up the challenge, sharing, some facts about the 10 years of giving that have happened since the challenge was started in 2011. There's a lot to share, a lot of good news to share, and we are so excited to do it. Again, just email me, Lauren at bgcf.org if you have any questions. Thanks.